Welcome to the show today, fellas. Looking over comments and other things today. It's a Thursday afternoon here in California. It's overcast today. I shouldn't hear anybody talk about a fucking drought out here in Sacramento. They always like to talk about but there's a drought. We need the water. Shut the fuck up. Donald Fonzo, he liked the Adrian consultation. That's one of the old videos that I found and re-uploaded. Also, I want to thank Alex. He's given me a lot of old shows, but they're in SD, so don't whine about it when I upload them. Don't come and say, these should be in HD. It is what it is, okay? I'm going to fill the channel back up with a lot of the old shows. I believe Hey It's a Black Guy also offered to upload some shows as well, or give me some of the old shows I had also. I didn't save the last few years of shows. About 2 or 3 years ago, I backed up the channel, and I hadn't done it since. So I'm missing a lot of the shows. I'd like to actually move over here, and Alex was uh, kind enough to offer. And it's a lot of work for him. I really appreciate it. Don Alfonso, nice guy and a nice show, he said, and problematic duck. Bro, that infinite dude is half black, half white. No, he is not. I know my people, okay? He's definitely Hispanic in New York somewhere. Uh, you're Native American, he says, or Native American. He doesn't have any Native features, and this is coming from a Native person. He looks like he's either Cuban, Puerto Rican, or South American mix, okay? But he's definitely not half black and half white. He's not even a quarter black. I was watching Catfish, season 3. At the very end of it, there was some girl that was catfishing these two one quarter black dudes. Now these guys, I could tell right away they were one quarter. But it was a show where they sat there and watched these actors portray the whole scene, and they had the actual guys interpreting what the actors were going through, and I could spot one quarter black right away. I've seen it enough times, so not yet, but those kinds of mixed folks enough times to spot them. I also know when um, I've gotten really good at it. I was able to pick out one actress. I told Jovita, she's actually Jewish and black, and sure enough, she was Jewish and black. I can spot when they're German and black. Their bone structure gives them away. But I definitely know half black. Sean Smith, Supreme. I want to start this off with thank you. After 3 years ago, my wife filed for divorce mainly because I stopped being the man that I was when I met her. hmm Sean Smith, I understand. Shit happens. I was alone, feeling sorry for myself. Hold on. And acting like a bitch when I happened to stumble upon your work. I wouldn't lie, I was skeptical at first, but I kept listening mainly on my commute home. One night I was watching one of your videos, and you said something to the effect of, if a bitch doesn't want you, let that bitch go. Yes. The way you spoke and looked at the camera was as if you were talking directly to me. It literally flipped the switch, flipped the on switch in my brain. From that point on, my life changed. I picked up the female mind seduction and mental domination and studied. Fast forward to present day, I have to tell you that women have offered me trips. That's good to hear. Women have given me money to take them out on dates, dinners. The shit has changed my life. It's amazing what you get when you show up as a man and apply what is inside that book. I want to salute you and thank you for getting my ass back on track before you decide to leave this community for good. Sean Smith, thank you very much uh, for the message. um, my goal is to get on the road for a little while between Sacramento and Arizona, mainly somewhere where it's nice and hot. I want to see if the weather will help my lungs out because I'm tired of going in and out of this lung issue shit. Um, Case in point, one of my clients is at Mercy Hospital right now. She had cancer, and her husband also a client of mine. It was embarrassing. It was cold out that night. I made it to the door. Actually, I didn't make it to the door. I actually had to stop outside the goddamn thing while Jovina and my client waited for me. He had no idea it was that bad. I made it inside the door, made it to a chair, had to sit on the chair, made it to the elevator, of course, and I got the rest in the elevator. Then I got to the elevator, walked around the corner, had to stop, and it was just a little ways down the ways, but he waited with me. I told him to go ahead. This is embarrassing. Same thing the day before Valentine's Day. Jovi and I went down to the K Street Mall. To one of my clients gave me $100 gift certificate to Chops. It's a Chinese. It's not a Chinese restaurant. I don't know what it is, but it's a fancy restaurant. A lot of blacks showed up there with their dates, shit like that. Obviously out for early. Take the side piece out the day before Valentine's Day, but I couldn't even make it to the fucking door, man. Shit's embarrassing. So I'm really looking for some answers to at least feel like I'm halfway normal again. I don't want it to get so bad to where I can't even sit and breathe normal air. I want to travel first and see this country. So I'll be working on the road. Am I bummed about it? I get mad sometimes. If I never moved into this house with Jovina, my lungs would be okay. So I think about that all the time. Chris Storm. He liked the Adrian consultation. Image Greatness says, I think the song is called Time to Get the Party Started, Sweet Dreams Remix. I don't remember asking. Okay, maybe I said something in there. I knew it was Sweet Dreams. That was one of my favorite songs. But you got the actual title of the mix. That's cool, Image. Back to Adrian consultation again. At least I don't hoe chase like some of these guys. I think I need your confidence kicker because I have days where I can talk to girls and some days I don't. He also says I'm gonna start going to the more to the clubs. Jayon says, and Jayon has decided to back out of the group for a while. I'm not sure what's going on with him. I tried to reach out to him this morning. He wants to give up, and I don't want him to give up on women. I want him to finish my program and grow from there. And I know you're watching this, Jayon. That's what I want you to do. Finish my program and come on back. The group will be gone by then, but come on back. Jayon, I know you said to go at my own pace, but what exactly is that? I can't tell if I'm learning too slow. You can never learn too slow. Okay? You can never learn too slow. It's one exercise a day. That's it. I had it set up before where you only got the lesson the day of the lesson was supposed to be there. In other words, you could only click on the link when it was open. And I think I'm gonna go back to that there, Jayon, because a lot of guys are just rushing through. I never wanted you guys to rush through. I also have some problems with an update to WordPress. It was hard to make that plugin work. It allowed me to drip feed it out, and now it's back to working again. So it takes a lot of coding, or a lot of shit you got to do it. But I want you guys to get the most out of my confidence program. I try to give it to you so you do at your own pace, and hopingly trusting you guys not to do more than one lesson a day. So if you're doing more than one lesson a day, you're rushing through. Oscar Ramos. Supreme is a master player and a great teacher. No doubt. Thank you very much, Oscar. A lot of guys think I'm an asshole because I have a little bit harder mentality, but I'm not. Terrell Marine. I'll be back on the Facebook forum when I open another account because someone hacked my old account on Facebook, so I'm about to start a new one. Wow. but I've been out with some of my friends. I've never seen so much simp shit in my life. Simp means sympathizer to women. Uh, I'm glad he also spelled it the right way too. It's SYMP. Shit in my life. Whenever we do a handout, I think he meant to say hangout. I'll tell you all about it because if I type it, my fingers will hurt. Okay. Vusi Mavimbila. Damn, man, that hash. Hey, but I don't want to be a cool friend. I want to bone you. Crying. Vusi, I don't know what you're saying, man. Sorry, man. Michael Nolan says, Supreme, could you go back and tell us the days of your nice guy habits in your 20s? What were the habits you tended to do? Okay, I was not a nice guy to my wife. I was more like the guy that's in the movie The Color Purple, the asshole. Uh, it was to Caucasian people. I learned it from my parents to bow your head basically and be super nice. Okay, so to anyone, I didn't really have that many African Americans around me. In my 20s, I worked at Pacific Bell. Um, I bowed my head like a good old Sambo slave. It was my late 20s I got into the game, and I entered the game as kind of a nice guy, an idiot. Um, but I quickly learned how to get rid of that. I was nice to women in the sense that when I was done with them, I had trouble breaking up with them. I was nice in the sense that uh, I didn't like to hurt them and break their hearts. Outside of that, my nice guy habit, the one that I had before that, was I married a woman that tricked me into getting her pregnant. That was a nice guy to me. You know, you did the right thing. She stopped taking the birth control pills so that I would marry her because her mom was getting on her ass because she had two kids and she wasn't married. Her father, she had deep father issues. Uh, he was always talking down to her and praised her youngest sister because she was born yellow skinned and light skinned. And you don't understand this stuff there, Michael Nolan. You know, you have a family of normal, you know, browns, not normal, but brown skinned blacks. The one child comes out super light like the mama. Uh, he kind of praised her and she could do no harm and she was doing well in school and all that stuff. And then there was my ex-wife, you know, she had two kids and all that kind of stuff. So, and also she watched soap operas back then. So she lived her life through soap operas and she did a soap opera thing. I had actually never wanted to have kids, but I'm glad that I did have my sons. They were a joy to watch sometimes. Uh, I didn't have all the habits of nice guys today. In high school is what you really wanted to ask me. In high school, I crushed on girls. I couldn't talk to them. I could talk to girls I wasn't attracted to. I don't know if that makes sense, but if I wasn't attracted to them, I had no problems, you know, just conversing to them. I was real shy. Uh, I would blink at them and try to throw my love energy at them, hoping they could feel me. Um, what else did I do? I remember in junior high school, this is so stupid. Embarrassing to say this shit. I sat outside of a girl's house and sang at her to her closed window on the swings beneath her window. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again because we were moving, leaving California. There was some blonde chick. I don't even remember her name. My buddy Alan, he was a grade ahead of me. His little brother fucked her in a church. So suddenly I fell in love with her and he was younger than I was. There I was in seventh grade. They're having sex. I think she was might have been in my grade. or maybe in sixth grade, but they were in sixth grade and they had sex. And I was in seventh grade and I wanted sex badly. So I would always fall in love with girls just because, she's like a chunky little thing, too, as I recall. They had sex in a old abandoned church. And anyway, I sang that damn song, and I had the biggest crush on her after that. Huh. Guys who get crushed on girls, they have that nice guy thing. And I was like when I look back on it, I was like the creepy nice guy, stalking them, staring at them from across the room, loving them from across the room, but too afraid to tell them. I was the type that would said, I'm in love with you. Don't even know him Jack from Jack shit. I'm in love with you. I'm so glad I learned to grow my balls and become a man. One of my favorite couples that I've ever seen, they had a YouTube channel and they just broke up. I found out this morning. Uh, the woman, she's very spiritual, metaphysical, spiritual type. She sings and gives lectures on spirituality type stuff. Um, she felt like it's just time for them to break up. Have any of you guys heard that one yet? I just feel like we do better off apart. And I don't want to criticize her because I've always liked her, but I hate that shit. Because I watched a few other videos. It turned out she was actually planning this because she had her husband teach her how to drive the van that they lived in. So that told me right there she's already been planning this. And I saw another video. I think I watched like three of her videos, and in another video she's already over him in a matter of days. She just sets you on this other side of it. So that says to me woman stuff. Although she's hiding behind, the super spiritual. I love him. She even did a song singing about him. And to me, that's like, why do that to the guy? So I wrote him and said, he had a video um, talking about how he felt. And I said, don't make any more Noelle videos. Oops, I just said her name. Fuck. Don't make any more videos about her. Because women, I don't care who they are, um, even the spiritual women, they like to know that you miss them. Okay? If you have a woman break up with you, they like to know that you miss them on a subconscious level for some of them. They're not even aware of it, but it makes them feel good. Okay? So you just put credit in her basket. Take it out of your basket, put it in her basket. Now your credit lists. And I wish them both a lot of luck on their separate paths, but I got to call bullshit on the spiritual side of things. Um, the song was very touching that she sang about him, but that to me seemed like it was aimed at him to make sure he still, stoke them feelings up. It shouldn't have been done because if you really cared about a man, you'd still be with him. By the way, fellas, your women who have left you, if they loved you so much, they would still be with you. They'd find a way to work it out. Period. No bull. Let's put all the psychological, psychobabble, all the spiritual babble stuff aside. If a woman truly loved you, she'd be right there by your side. Okay? She'd work with you through thick and thick. However you say that phrase. She'll be right there, help bringing you up. Now he was left homeless, which he took care of. He got himself another van. The guy is a very creative guy. He built his own bed in the van. He's very good at that. In fact, I'm going to suggest to him he should actually offer to do that for other people, make some extra dough on the side. Because a lot of people want to get into the minimalist lifestyle. Like, I can't live in a van, so I need a bathroom. At my age, I need a bathroom and a shower. I like to be clean. I don't want to have to go to the gym to clean myself every day. So anyway, I like the lifestyle. I would like to do it. if just for a short period of time. But I would want one that had a bathroom in it. It's called a Class B motorhome type thing, where it's like a van, but it's got a bathroom and a bed and all that stuff. Um, when a woman leaves you, and I hope those shows actually were saved by other folks as well, because I talked about this before. I'll have to do another one just to make sure. But when a woman leaves you, she's done thought about it 1,000 times before that. Okay, that's how I knew that this woman, had thought about it for, because she had him teach, as I said earlier, how to drive their van. I guess she didn't know how to drive a van, or didn't know how to drive. Period. But she had him teach her how to drive, basically, in preparation for that. Usually, women like to trade up. They never trade down. They always trade up. Okay. I don't know what her up is, but she women do trade up. Now it might be that she got tired of the his direction in life. May not have been going anywhere, and now he's got the spark to actually rise up in his life because she left him. That might be have been what he needed. Not going to put him down for his lifestyle. But let's move on. Dominic Griffin, thanks for the personal training advice. You're very welcome. Michael Nolan, the nervous smile woman can pick up on. I did that show a long time ago. Um, Obviously, if you look at what's behind us, that was probably about a year, 2 years ago. I don't recall. So I don't really know what I said in that video. And I don't even know why we even recorded it. Because you can't see the screen, what Jovina's working with. Or was it a consultation with just me? I don't recall anymore. Michael also says once you create the sexual tension with them, they're either going to accept it or reject it. What are you talking about, create the sexual tension? Though you need to be relaxed about it, can't be awkward. What do you mean, create the sexual tension? Using the PUA terminology is why I'm getting on you about it. They believe that you create sexual tension. She's either interested in you or not. She knows within a few seconds whether she will fuck you or not. If she has fuck you, sexual tension and potential is already there. You can amp it up. You can make her get horny by saying certain words to her, invading her personal space, talking in her ear. That's one of the best ways I've found. If you're in a club and you reach over and you talk in a woman's ear, you ever had clippers get in your ears and it tickles? That's the effect you give to a woman when you have the right kind of voice. If you talk like this, hey, if you talk like that, it's not even going to turn on to anybody. That's why you guys want to work on your vocal skills. Learn to speak from your chest. From there, learn to speak from your balls down there like I just did. See how my voice changed? I'm focusing on my nuts right now and trying to channel the energy out of my nuts. And when you speak from your nuts, your voice becomes a little bit more raspy and breathy. And that's a voice that can turn women on very well. Now let me bring it up to my stomach. Now I'm in my stomach. And now let me bring it up to my chest. And now in my throat. And now in my nose, so that it becomes more of the nasally type. Many of you guys, you speak from your nose, especially New York Jewish folks. You guys tend to talk from your nose very well. Like, straight out of your nose. You want to break that habit of speaking culturally like that so that you can at least bring it down into your chest and talk from your chest. Okay? I learned to talk from my chest a long time ago. I taught it myself by being aware of where I was speaking from. From the diaphragm is actually the best place. See how I just switched the diaphragm and my vocal volume jumped up? I'm squeezing it through my diaphragm. Michael Nolan, you got a lot of comments here. The nervous smile or laugh can be a turnoff. and that I agree with. A nervous smile. Yeah, that can be turned off. Kartik. Ha ha ha. Greetings from Toronto, Canada. I'm currently in Brampton. Toronto is an interesting city. It's almost it's also a pretty competitive city when it comes to dating slash relationships. I'm actually moving to Ottawa real soon. And who are you, Kartik? Are you Adrian? I don't know, but I'm assuming this was one of the past shows because I found it. I actually found it on my old computer, the big computer in the back, where I had downloaded all the the backup shows. Great video, Dilltown says, and that's comments. Let's go up to my mail because I haven't looked in there. I forgot about it. Hmm. Okay, I got quite a few pieces of mail in here. Hope you guys don't mind me reading your mail out. I'd prefer you actually leave comments because I don't do this shit privately. I'm not going to spend my personal time to make a video just for you and then mail it to you privately. Think about that. You got to do the coding, you got to upload the damn thing for one individual. So you guys aren't that stupid, are you? Blue. Supreme, knowing that women do the choosing, does that mean they have the power? How's it that you turn the tables and get the power back? We just have to wait to be chosen? You ain't got to wait to do shit. You go out there into the world. Like I went to the nightclubs. Okay? We made eye contact. She chose up. I step over. Take them to the dance floor. How am I waiting? I want to say more about this, but I've talked this subject to death, Blue, to the point where it just makes me want to throw my arms up in the air and say, you know what? I'm closing the channel down. This whole hoe chasing thing, it's like the biggest headache. I wish I could just lie to you guys, be dishonest and lie to you and say, hey, you know what? I agree with the PUAs. You guys should really just go out there and hoe chase. Just be a man and approach. And that's actually the best way to do it. But I can't. God damn my dad, he put honesty in me. Um, it's not the best way. It is a way, as I've said before, it's a way, but it's not the best way. But my way is harder. Blue, if you look like shit, ain't nobody gonna choose you. Except some shit. Okay? That's the hard part to get across also. You know, your mommy may have said you were handsome in your little clip on tie and shit like that one time, and no. It's a great way to tell where you stand in life also. Because if a female's not feeling you, you go to the club and nobody notices you, which I have trouble believing, by the way, when guys say that. I know that for a fact that they're just checking out the hot chicks. They're trying to look at the hot chicks. They're not scanning the entire room. And that also they have trouble. A lot of males have trouble spotting eye contact. Like some rush it. A girl, you know, you walk by a girl, glance to see what the movement was. You think she's looking at you. If she's making contact with inside of your eyeballs, dead in the center of your eyeballs, that's choosing. If she holds it. If she just sees movement, she'll glance your direction. Sometimes they'll make eye contact and quickly look away. That's not choosing. Okay? If they look you in the eyeball and hold it, then glance down, that's good, strong choosing, and she's actually more submissive. Real easy. Real easy to feel. You gotta learn to feel this out there in the game there, fellas. If you don't develop your feelings, you're gonna go by robotic beliefs. Okay, 1,000, 0.1 1,000. You're gonna start calculating and thinking in your head. You gotta learn to feel when a female's choosing. You can feel it. Or learn to recognize the signs so it becomes natural. You know right away. Now, let's talk about the power for a minute. Women always have the power of no. Okay, the women that I kept, I got the power over, it's because they allowed it. All right, I can mind fuck them if they don't want are not receptive to the mind fucking. It's not gonna get fucked. Recognize that, fellas. You can't go out there and hypnotize a female. I don't believe in that shit. Okay, it's because they choose. You don't get respect unless you earn that respect. That's something us males on the internet have got to learn. She's not going to respect an unrespectable male. Period. You've got to earn that respect. Now think about it. I'm a black male. I just did a test on Facebook. One of those, what did you learn from? Do you still know what you know from high school? And it said 97% of the people out of high school cannot even pass the test. I came in the top 3%. So I'm intelligent. My conversation is good. I know shit, as you guys can see. I know a lot of shit. And I talk about a lot of shit to women. I see how deep their rabbit hole goes. That's challenging the women. So of course they're going to respect me. I own my own business. Of course they're going to respect me. You tend to respect the person that goes out there into the world and makes his own way. I don't have Big Mama, a company giving me a paycheck like 99% of you guys get. You guys get a paycheck. A paycheck. You don't write your own paychecks. You are handed a paycheck. So I'm in the 1% of males in the planet. Okay? So if you want respect, you've got to earn respect. God damn this infected ear. Shit. I finally got the medicine I needed for my fucking ears. Ear, rather, was that ear infection. Destin, I just watched your video on YouTube to see that my photo that you screenshot that you have that have not given you permission or access has been posted on your photo bucket. Ooh. Who? Hold on. Curvy women and real men on YouTube. On college campus. Oh, you're the black dude, the kid that was on my site. And you saw it in my photo bucket. Please remove my photo on your video title. Okay, will do, Destined. You know I don't like that shit, by the way. Okay? As it violates my privacy. You don't even look like that anymore, but I will definitely respect your privacy. And as you guys heard, that video's gone. I'm not going to fuck with people. Okay? Curvy women and real men on YouTube. I'll download it. I'll blur you out. I guess when I was going through my photo bucket. Is that it? I just watched your video on YouTube to see my photo that you screenshot that you have not. I give you permission or access. Yeah, in my photo bucket. Okay. Yeah, remember when I was using your photo on my website? I had to put it in photo bucket to use it. So it'd be plain as day back then. So what I'm going to do is re-download it. Okay. I'm going to go through it and put a blur over wherever it is in that video. I'll find it and I'll put it over it. All right. Let's see what else we got. Also, he's talking about when he got approached by the police, got in trouble for it. He said they're not going to arrest him. Okay, that's fine. But you did have the cops. Damn, it's a letter. Random Supreme. I also think the video titled on YouTube, the difference in game out there. Not to discredit what you're saying, but it's true. They were not going to arrest me. They were going to restrict me within a certain range of college premises. Wow. And you think that's not bad? All because you were hoe chasing. As you said, most women want to marry a white guy, which is true. A lot of white women don't want to marry a black American guy or African guy. But I'm not black American. I know you're an African guy. You're the guy that started everyone calling me Uncle Supreme. Uncle Supreme. So, yeah. And there is a difference in cultures. Yes, there is. What else? I just want to remove this photo. Okay, done. Don Alfonso. The Real Men's Channel regards to conversation skills you taught me that it should be 70% about her. I believe I've done this one. And 30% about me. This means I should be actively listening to what she says so that I can pick up some trails, breadcrumbs. Yes, you got that right. This trail will help continue the conversation as I will be able to ask her about questions about herself from those trails. More importantly, actively listening helps me get life story, hence helping to get to know her better. Yes, exactamundo. All right, so that's our mail. I don't know why, Michael Nolan, you keep ending up in the filtered messages or spam and all that. I'm not sure why, but I actually deleted all the ones that were in my spam folders. Just came in, just blasted out, and removed them all. And I saw that you had a bunch in there as they were going. So uh, I'm not sure what happens. You must have some links in there or something. Links will get you in the spam filter real fast. And that's my show for the day, fellas. Let me get on. I forgot the screen name. Uh, Destin. Destin's request.